So our first session focusing on the archetype of the victim and especially rehabilitating that victim. We're using a Parama body talk technique called rehabilitation, and it has certain stages to it. Part of those stages are kind of breaking up the very ingrained collection of belief systems, which we call a network, that other people or circumstances, just anything, has power over us. As part of breaking these belief systems up, we're using another body talk technique called search and retrieve. This technique will search and retrieve for memories, factors, for things that contributed to these belief systems, that there's things that have power over us, and then we can process them. So part of the homework here will be to hold this intention, to pull up any ideas, beliefs, memories, anything that contributed to that idea, to that network, that other people have power over us. I in particular highlighted certain factors of things that happen in fetal life, but also in the collective consciousness. And so our first intention here is to break up that idea that people have power over us by searching and clearing those different factors. The second step of this rehabilitation technique is to defrag the idea of being victimized. What this means is that we are, so to speak, putting together the puzzle of being victimized. And so then we can see it more clearly. Just like when we have a puzzle that's randomly laying around, we cannot really see what it is. But when we put it together, we can see the picture. And so this is the same thing that we're holding in mind here, is to gain that clarity around being victimized. After that, we're using what's called a C-tree on the archetype of the victim itself. What this means is basically we're going to shift that state of being that we call the archetype of the victim into a different state. So from the old to the new, so to speak. And the details of the C-tree are we improve circulation, especially in this case awareness and understanding. And then we use defrag, bringing clarity. And after we have done that, we're going to use recontextualization, because once things are seen clearly, we can see them in a different context. And most spiritual work is done when we see things in different context. After we see things in different context, we can reevaluate them, which is the next step in this process. And after that, we can reprioritize everything that's related to that. Then we integrate and internalize this new state, or this new archetype, if you so wish. So this is our first intention, this whole rehabilitation, this three-step process. Then we are removing a morphogenetic field that's summed up by the idea of feelings of hurt. Finally, we're clearing out what's called an active memory, a memory that has an emotional charge, and a deed that has an emotional charge. In this case, it's about a phobia, a very intense fear. Really of taking a responsibility of what's within our own consciousness. And within the context of the activities that we feel victimized about. This means that we are clearing out an immense fear, phobia, of what might be there, of what is there in our own consciousness. And the collection of the things that are there are the things and the activities that we feel victimized about. And so here the intention is to take off that emotional charge through this body talk technique called active memory synthesis, so that the phobia and the fear can go away around those activities that there might be a feeling of victimized. So this is our first focus, transforming that aspect, is our beginning of this month focusing on the topic of guilt. Enjoy, and God bless you.